Well, hello, Internet friends. Um, it's Monday night. Actually, it's early Tuesday morning where I'm at. It's like almost 1 in the morning. But I like to do my videos this late because that way I can do them without interruption, without somebody needing something. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway, so the Knicks, New York Knicks, and everybody knows that, um, were playing at Madison Square Garden. Um, well, yesterday now. And apparently, Donald Trump decided that he had to go to the basketball game. And of course, Trump isn't a basketball fan, but I think the reason why he went, even though he says that New York loves him, I don't think he believes that because he knows that New York hates him. Um, he only got like 17% of the vote in 24 in New York City. So 17% of the vote, that's 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 horrendous. So that just tells you how much New York can't stand Donald Trump. And they didn't like him even before he became president. They didn't like him when he was a resident there. When he was living in New York City, they didn't like him then. So, what I think, okay, is that Donald Trump went there knowing full well that New York doesn't like him. And I think that he went there just to piss everybody off. Okay, because that meant that, like, people that were trying to go to the game were having to show up to Madison Square Garden like 2, 3 hours early. There were huge lines, and it just was a major disruption. There were watch parties scheduled all around Madison Square Garden. I say it a lot because I've never been to New York, so anyway, that's, again, neither here nor there. But there were a lot of watch parties that were going to happen because of that game. And the bars and the restaurants, they were going to probably have near record-breaking revenue nights. They were probably going to make a ton of money. But because Trump decided that he was going to go to the game, it was all closed off. Nobody could get to those restaurants. Nobody could get to those bars. So all of those watch parties called off. And this is something that hasn't happened in New York. The Knicks haven't been to a, what is it, Final Four playoffs. I'm not a sports person, so I don't know the exact names. But it had been since what? I think 1999, since the last time that the Knicks were in these playoffs. And of course, Trump, when he got to the Garden, um, he was met with an arena full of booze. And as his motorcade was driving down the streets to get to the Garden, all the people lined up along those streets, yes, met with booze again. Or that was beforehand. And even after, when he left when he left early. He left the game early. And of course, what else did he do? He fell asleep during the game. You know, Trump was sure to give Joe Biden a nickname because he likes to give everybody nicknames because he's immature and he's a man child. So everybody knows it was Sleepy Joe. But when it comes to these people, every accusation is a confession. So I had to pause for a minute, but no, I mean, Trump fell asleep during the game, and like I said, when it comes to MAGA, every accusation is a confession, and he decided that the thing to do was to give Joe Biden that stupid nickname, Sleepy Joe, and look what he does. Falls asleep during the game, falls asleep in the middle of cabinet meetings all the time. Because, well, Trump is not a healthy guy. He's not a healthy guy. He's got swollen ankles. He's got bruises on his hands. He's overweight. Of course, I'm a fine one to talk, but that's another story. But no, he's not a healthy guy. And honestly, I just don't really think that he is, as my dad would have put it, he's just not long for this world. And, this is another thing that I heard, on TV because that's what I do for fun is I watch TV. But with as much as Trump enjoys the spotlight because he's a media whore, what probably might end up happening is we could see that man expire on TV. It's not out of the realm of possibilities. And yeah, but he is just a total display of ridiculousness. He's got all of his vanity projects, the stupid ballroom that nobody wants, that nobody needs. Um, he wants to try and put his face on the side of Mount Rushmore, which will destroy the monument. Todd Blanche even made, or one of the DOJ lawyers made an argument that they could tear down the Statue of Liberty if they wanted to, which happens to be a national monument. I mean, I don't know why anyone would do that. And of course, Jared and Ivanka are trying to buy a private island in, where is it? Albania? And this is a protected island. It's protected land. And so they want to buy this private island. Private island. It was used during World War II and has underground bunkers. Wonder what they might be wanting to use that for. Good question. Because Epstein Island isn't a thing anymore, so maybe it's going to be Trump Island, and who knows who's going to wind up there against their will. Because like I said before, I honestly believe that Trump wasn't just a friend of Jeffrey Epstein's. I think he was Jeffrey Epstein's partner. I think he was totally profiting off of Epstein's illegal enterprise, of trafficking children, young girls, and women. That's what I think. But I mean, that's just me, and there's no proof, and well, not yet anyway, and I don't even know if there ever will be proof. But no, I think back to the Knicks game, I think Trump did what he did tonight or last night intentionally. I think he went there to cause the chaos that he caused with purpose. I think that was his way of getting even with New York and New Yorkers for hating the man. In his mind, he's probably like, well, they hate me. Well, watch what I can do. Because he's petty like that. And we all know he is petty like that. You know, the hits just keep on coming. And when there is a Democrat that finally gets in office, I hope that they appoint someone for the Attorney General, the top cop of the country, someone that is not a Merrick Garland. Because Merrick Garland dragged his feet about appointing that special counsel. He dragged his feet and dragged his feet, and, you know, Trump would have been convicted on all charges. And that could have happened within a year. And if that would have happened within that year, within the first year, 21 or 22 to 23, this world would be a very different place right now. Very different place. It'd be a much happier place. Well, our little corner of it. That's what I think. So anyway, that's my rant. That is my opinion. And I'm going to end this video here. And my internet friends, please do me this favor and take care of yourselves wherever you are. Have a great night.